Back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. All right, this story is about what's coming up a week from now. On March 25th, Monday, Donald Trump has to come up with his bond to pay off the 454 million or so that he owes the state of New York as a result of the New York civil trial where he was convicted, or he and his company were convicted of fraud and and such, and he owes a lot of money. Um, as of now, he hasn't come up with a bond. He did try to negotiate a $100 million bond, which the court said no. But the appeals court did allow him to try and secure a loan if he wanted to do that. So there's that. He did manage to post bond in the E. Jean Carroll case uh, through Chubb Insurance. And I actually should go back and look at that because I didn't think Chubb Insurance had any relationship with Trump, but that's not the case. Apparently, the CEO, Mr. Greenberg, I believe his name is, something like that. Evan Green, it's like Greenberg, was on a White House panel that Trump put him on. So there's a relationship there. Trump's calling in favors. I should go back and look at that spread to see what it was because maybe Spirit was telling me something and I was having some fun. I was being silly and snarky with it, but there might be some some messages in there that deserve a revisit. But let's go. Let's dive into the energy. Is how Trump is feeling, and is he going to be able to come up with this money in a week's time? Because otherwise, Letitia James can start season property. All right, entertainment purposes only. The fun is just beginning for Donald. We're now hitting the spring equinox this week. And Barron's going to be turning 18. And if you've seen my previous readings, I think when Barron turns 18, interesting things are going to happen with his marriage with Melania. Okay, so everything, all that, entertainment purposes only. What's going on in Donald Trump's world with regards to the posting of this bond or the appeal in the bond that's coming up with it? My deck is upside down. The death card. Yeah, time's run out. Time is run out for the king. The king is dead. Long live the king. The sun's rising. I think what you have seen here is the end of the Trump empire. It's funny, you've got a couple of towers in the background here. But yeah, the Twin Towers both fell to terrorists crashing planes into it. Trump is his own terrorist. He brought down, nobody else brought down his towers. He brought him down himself. It was just the law that came in and enforced that his house of cards come down. Crossed with the Six of Swords, the turmoil. This should be leaving troubled waters, but I think in the Strength card, he is trying desperately to get that money. He can't get it though. It's not there. He's calling in favors. He's strong arming people. He's doing everything he can to get that money. But you know how he's been upping his rhetoric and his campaign speeches? It's going to be a bloodbath if he's not elected. And, democracy is going to go away if the Democrats are in there. And everybody on the January 6th committee should have been arrested. Probably, I didn't read the article, but I'm sure he said summarily executed too. As he gets closer and closer to losing all his money and starting to lose his property, it's not going to be all his money, but starting to lose his properties and such, expect more behavior like this. He is panicking. This is not a boat to troubled waters. This is, and maybe maybe that's what the Six of Swords is. Swords are about intellect. It's about intelligence, and it's about, thoughts in your mind. And you're going from a troubled mind to a calm mind. Well, if he can't get there himself, his health may help him. That's where I'm going with it. I'm not wishing this on him, but if you stress out so much, you can give yourself a nervous breakdown. You maybe give yourself an aneurysm, maybe even a stroke or a heart attack. Man's under a lot of stress. In the past, we have the Hanged Man. Trying to get this this bond posted together. He's, again, he did this to himself. Trump, he just breaks the law every chance he can get. That's just what he does. He doesn't know how to raise money. He knows how to raise money. He doesn't know how to earn it. He never's earned money in his life. He's hemorrhaged cash his entire life, which is why he's been bankrupt so many times. But amazingly enough, people keep coming and giving him more money. But he's burnt too many bridges with the banks. That's the first one. The judge said, Anil Singh, I believe his name was, the appeals judge, said, oh yeah, you can get a loan. No, he can't. No bank's going to loan to him. He's burned too many bridges. And the banks that he's allegedly paid back with this, he lied and committed fraud on their record. Do you think they're going to go back for another round of fraud with this guy? I don't think so. Not to mention he always talks down his debt, so he never pays his full amount anyways. He's done this to himself. This is why he can't get the money. He's screwed too many people over, and this is his karma for doing that. Current situation. He's out in the cold. He can't... Buddy, you got 500 million you could spare? He doesn't have the money, and he can't get it. Because of his previous behavior, he has shut himself out from banks. And the head of Chubb Insurance, or whoever, whatever they actually represent, I think it's an insurance company, he had to write a letter to their customers and shareholders explaining that, you can't just pick sides and do this, that, and the other thing. But I'll tell you what, a lot of people were really unhappy with him for that. I don't, and that was for 100 million. You think that your investors and your customers are going to be real happy when you go for 5? Yeah, no. Honestly, I wouldn't do it. And he maybe, again, if he owes him a favor for being on that board or that panel, okay, you've paid it off. 500 million? I wouldn't do it. Oh, God, I would never do that. Given Trump's history, again, you can love Donald Trump all you want, but given Trump's history of never paying his bills, or, seldom, if ever, paying his bills, and stiffing people or trying to negotiate down the debt when he goes bankrupt, I wouldn't do it. Heck no. Show me the money. Overarching energy is the betrayal. Donald is now feeling the betrayal that he's done to others. This is just such a karmic reading. Oh my God, it's so karmic. All the people he screwed over. Now when he's, looking for a favor, they're not there for him. You burned all your bridges. This is like that cautionary tale your parents try to tell you about, or the cautionary tale you try to tell your kids about, or your friends. You can't do that. Don't do that. Don't burn bridges. You're going to ruin opportunity. You might need some help later on, and who's going to trust you at that point? Yeah, sometimes wisdom is hard-earned. It's a hard-earned wisdom. Lesson to be learned is the high priestess. Yep. Divine feminine knowledge, wisdom, the pearl of wisdom on her crown there. Some people only learn by pissing on the electric fence. And, Donald's been drinking a lot of lemonade. And that fence is fully charged up. And it's circling around him. There's nowhere for him to pee without hitting an electric fence at this point. And nobody's going to offer him a pair of rubber boots to ground him. Outcome, King of Pentacles. He's got to find that money, or he's going to be out of money. Maybe he does find somebody with money to help him out. We'll have to throw on that one. But Trump, he comes up as a number of things, but he tries to present himself as the King of Pentacles, a very wealthy man who has a lot. And, even his statements with Lena Haba says how much money he has, and this isn't a problem. And even the article I was reading says he's supposed to have like $650 million in liquid assets, but he, for some reason, isn't using those. Okay. Clarifier on the King of Pentacles. He's trapped. He's trapped. He's got nowhere to go. This is going to be the King of Pentacles. It's like all his money is tied up. I don't know where they said they had... I don't understand. They say he's got $650 million of liquid assets. Yet it's like all his assets are tied up. I don't know if he really has the cash. If he has the cash, he could do this. Maybe he doesn't want to because he has other plans for it. Of course, the other thing is that he's still waiting for that SPAC to go through where he could get billions of dollars, but I think there's going to be delays with that. And that's another thing that's happening here. Yeah, he's waiting for that SPAC to come in. Maybe he's even looking overseas. He had Orbain go over a couple of times. Help a brother out. Can you give me some money? Last card here. Four of Swords. And he's waiting. He's asked for help. He's stuck and he's waiting and he's not hearing back from people. Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it. There's free will, of course. Somebody may come up and throw some money at Donald Trump. But right now, I don't think he's going to make it. There's no there. It's not even the little boy who cried wolf. It's the little boy who came up and said, "F you, you stupid. give me your 20. Can I borrow $20? Haha, I'm never paying you back. Screw you." He's wimpy. who doesn't even bother telling you he'll pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. He just wants the hamburger. And everybody's done with him. Cautionary tale, folks. Don't treat people like that. They will. It only took, 77 years? Okay, maybe he's 77 years old. I'm sure he's not not honoring his word for 77 years. And we can forgive little kids who are trying to learn stuff like that. But yeah, pretty much his entire adult life, he's had 60 years to learn this lesson. And this lesson's finally coming to him. All right. Let's ask. What's the karmic lesson Donald Trump is supposed to learn from this situation with the New York civil trial and the big fine and his inability to get cash? What is the spiritual lesson he's supposed to be taking from this whole situation? This card wants to stay on top. Let's see what we got. Queen of Pentacles. Money is valuable, and you need to be practical with it. So the Queen of Pentacles in the signifier card, the Queen of Pentacles is about finding practicality, use for things. It's not quite the depression baby, but the reduce, reuse, recycle type of thing. It's first off, do you even need it? If you do decide you need it, with the containers, can you reuse whatever it is? Like, how people back in the day when we had tin coffee cans with the rubber lids, and they were great for storing stuff in, knick-knacky things. If you want to do that, you could reuse those things, so you didn't have to go out and buy Tupperware. You could use an old U-Ban coffee can or something like that. So it's practicality, and in some ways, the Queen of Pentacles is also about simplicity, about covering your basic needs. The Queen of Pentacles is not an extravagance card. The King of Pentacles is extravagance. The Queen of Pentacles is making sure all the bills are paid. And I do comment that this looks like a mom or a grandma with their baby or a grandchild on her lap, and honoring and protecting that type of thing. It's that type of mindset. But he's supposed to be learning the value of money, and and paying off folks for the things that you do. The Chariot, money has a flow to it. It comes in and out. But and Donald Trump certainly, he has money coming in and out, but it goes out a lot faster than it comes in. But the Chariot progression. And Donald Trump didn't start off jacking up everybody. That was a learned behavior because he learned he could get away with it. So he lost his sense of the value and purpose of money slowly over time. It was just a slow downward spiral to the bottom. And he's hitting the bottom now. Temperance. Yeah. Slow. This has been a 60-year process for Donald Trump. And he had all this money down here and is going into this lower cup, and he doesn't replenish. And at some point, this cup is going to be empty. Now, the temperance is supposed to be mixing it back and forth so that you get a blend. But in this case, given the reading that he's supposed to be finding that value of money, he only sees the money going out. It's going from his possession to going out to the things he spends his money on. But he no longer has a source coming in to replenish this cup. In the celebration, he has certainly enjoyed his money to the fullest. Oh, wow, look at that underneath. The Six of Swords, yeah. And his mind is attached to this. He has eat, drank, and made merry, and for tomorrow you may die. And the progression has happened. It's just constantly celebrating, constantly spending and partying and stuff like that. And it's time to pay the piper. His spiritual lesson was to find that balance. Find the balance between enjoying your money and having a good time with it versus just using it to just fund all your vices. All right. So that's kind of, and he's been given, you think about it, he's been given a lot of money. Hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions by now. But, you know, a lot of money that guy's gotten. He's had a lot of money on paper. Now, the hard part now is knowing what his actual net worth was, because he exaggerates everything, so you never really know. He certainly doesn't pay his fair share when you're undervaluing your properties when it comes time to pay taxes and overvaluing them when it comes time to taking out loans. And 6 bankruptcies, doesn't pay his bills. Will Donald Trump find a will somebody help him post bond? What's going to happen on the 25th with that $450 to $500 million bond he has to post? Drunken hillbilly brawl. There's going to be a lot of turmoil. That is not telling me that he's going to get that. He's going to be scrambling up to the 11th hour, to the 12th hour, to save that. I don't think Letitia James is going to wait even a second. I think he's on the phone a lot waiting for messages, but I also think when March 26th at 9 o'clock happens, or whenever that judgment goes effective, midnight maybe, Letitia James is on the phone. She's on the phone with Barbara Jones, starting to seize his properties. Yeah. That's like, the Two of Wands is the planning going on. This is going to be all this action going on. This does not tell me yes. I mean, this tells me there's a flurry of activity. You know, Trump may file more motions, more appeals, trying to stave this off. It's a panic, an absolute panic. Anything he can throw with this, he's trying to do with it. And at the same time, Letitia James is just like, man, oh man, Monday, 9 o'clock when I'm in that office, it's like she's already got the list. She's already talked with Barbara Jones about the list. Let's go and move. Start taking the word Trump off of these buildings, type of thing. In the past, you got the 6 of coins. Trump had money, gave little out. You know, it all. And this is your Reaganomics here. All the money, trickle down economics. All the money stays at top and only trickles down. He doesn't have anybody to help him out. He has been looking for money. He needs big money, and they're offering him little bits. They're offering him sympathy and their well wishes, their thoughts, thoughts and prayers. Offering him thoughts and prayers. On that Monday, Oh God, you got the moon card. Then you got the and this is like also the lunar eclipse. Good Lord, when is the lunar eclipse? Hang on for a second. Let's see if I can stop this or pause this without messing anything up. Okay, we managed successfully the second time. I hit the pause button and my mouse will sometimes double click, even though I don't intend it to. So I paused and unpaused and paused it again, and now this. The eclipse happens on March 25th. This judgment comes on March 25th. Current situation is the eclipse on March 25th. Holy smokes, what a great pull there. Now, mind you, these two towers are also in the death card. They're off in the distance. And that showed up as his signifier. He doesn't have the money. He doesn't have the money. He has no idea how he's going to get that money. And he's going to go crazy. Things are going to get crazy on him. Oh, Lordy. I don't want to be a fly on the wall. The catch-up would kill you. Okay, yeah, I don't think he gets the money. If he does, it's from a mystery source, but I don't think he gets it. Oh, and there's the death card again. As I was just telling you, here's your two towers, and in the eclipse, the moon is blocking the sun, but here's the sun rising. It's the end. It is the absolute end of Donald Trump on March 25th. His dynasty is over. He starts losing stuff. It's done. It's a death spiral for him. Which is, again, he's going to be insane. He's going to be absolutely bonkers crazy over this. He's going to do even wilder stuff than he's done now. And he's stuck. He's stuck. He's got no way out. He can't bully his way. He can't bluff or bluster his way. He's stuck. New York law. Got a judge in his company. He can't hide money because the judge is there making sure he doesn't do it. And none of the folks at his company are going to break the law for this guy. Not with a freaking retired federal court judge sitting there. Yeah, no, ain't gonna happen. Oh, this guy's so screwed. And there goes the money. Systematically, ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. It's going down. This is funny. Ironically enough, this is the Apprentice card. And it's about mastery. But you've got all this money, all these things of value. And these guys churning this out. But this is going to be the selling, the seizing and then the selling of his assets. And these are going to be distressed sales. Again, these are distressed sales. He's not going to get market value. So if he has $1 billion building, he's not going to sell it for $1 billion. He's going to get 750 to 800 million for it. And the first person getting paid off are the banks that lent you the money. Right? And then any liens on the place and stuff like that. And whatever's left over, if anything, becomes his equity. And that is what's used to start to pay off the money that he owes. So maybe he has like $400 million in $1 billion building. $600 million in loans. But if you can only sell it for $750 and you've got $600 million in loans, and I don't know if there's any other liens, but let's just say the loans, he only end up with $150 million instead of the 400, which would almost pay off the judgment. So instead of selling just one building, you're gonna have to sell 4. I don't know what happens once the buildings are seized. If they're seized and he puts up the bond, I don't know if they have to give them back. If they haven't sold them yet, I imagine they have to put a pause on the sale. But if he can't do that, nothing stops it. How is Trump's mental health? Oh God, do we even need to ask? By the end of March, after Monday, in this, how's it? Give me a plot out of Trump's mental health in the upcoming weeks. You've got this lunar eclipse. You've got a solar eclipse. You have this March 25th seizing of his assets. You've got, what is it, March 25th or 28th is the criminal trial. Oh, and somewhere in there is Barron's 18th birthday. Oh, what's his mental health and physical health looking like? What's Trump's health looking like here? The world card. Things are coming to an end. Things are coming to an end. Big movement. Something big happens that brings things to an end. Because the Empress, he's not been taking care of his health. Had he been taking care of his health, he'd be fine. But he doesn't take care of his health. He's been lazy about his health. He doesn't eat right. He doesn't exercise. He doesn't reduce stress. He doesn't sleep. He allegedly abuses things for entertainment purposes only. He has done the opposite of the Empress. He is not taking care of himself, and this is going to be the consequence. Something big is going to happen. Back to that health issue there. In the past, the Star card. He was blessed with very good health, very good genes. Now, his dad had Alzheimer's, but generally speaking, folks in his family lived a very long time. And given, again, how he treats himself and how he treats his body, he's in remarkably good health for that. But that's in the past. He's been abusive to this. He honestly, the Star card, he hasn't appreciated what he's got. 2 major arcana, 3 major arcana. He has not appreciated what he has, and he's going to pay a price for that. Life's going to clonk him on the head. Literally clonk him on the head. He's illusions, delusions. I'm not going to look at this as the lack of integrity card. It's not even him looking at his health in a integral way, like, oh my God, my behaviors are affecting it. This is him just he's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He's enjoyed all the good stuff and he's ignored all the bad stuff. The bad stuff's here. The bad stuff has arrived. King of Swords. And it's just sort of, it's like that doctor that just says, well, what did you expect was going to happen? You know, if you've been smoking for 50 years and you worked in a coal mine and you drank and you hung out in smoky bars and you developed emphysema, what did you think was going to happen? This is the big male energy version of the consequences of your actions. Not to mention that Jack Smith is just weighing on this guy. The January 6th case, the Mar-a-Lago documents case, adds all this extra stress in this man's world. Lesson to be learned is the Page of Wands. Donald Trump is not a young man anymore. He can't bounce back from things like this. He might need to, he might go away on a trip, but he can't. He's in a criminal court case. He can't go anywhere. He's stuck. I'd say, this might be one of those instances where you go on a retreat for 3 weeks to rest and recover from all, whatever Donald Trump's version of Camp David is. I don't know if Mar-a-Lago counts for that or not. He can't go away though. He's got a court case. And it doesn't look like they're going to delay that court case for him. He desperately needs a vacation. He needs to come down. He needs to come way the hell down. And and I think that's why you've got this here, is he doesn't have the opportunity to do that because he's going to be in a court case. And it's going to happen fast. It's going to happen fast and suddenly. He may be out giving one of his talks, one of his rants, and he collapses. And Linda G has always seen him in a glass coffin. Kim from Intuitive View sees him like King Kong falling off the tower, off of, I thought he was in Chicago, maybe he was in New York, off of the Empire State Building. But you're going to see him fall. I don't think this is going to be something that happens privately. It's going to be something that happens publicly. Oh, look at all this major arcana too. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana the Star, the World, the Tower, and the Empress card. Dude, this guy's in bad shape. He is in really bad shape. And in the next, pretty much the next 6 weeks, and it's likely going to be less than 6 weeks. Yeah. And I don't even want to read anymore. I think we'll leave it at that. So what did we learn here? He's stressed out. He's trapped. He's trying to shake money out of the trees, but he can't get any money. Why? He screwed too many people over. He's the boy who cried wolf. He's the boy who cried, give me $20, screw you, I'm never paying you back again. Ha 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 ha, you idiot. You thought I was going to pay you back? You were an idiot. I don't know what proverb that one is. It's not the boy who cried wolf, that's for sure. And so nobody's going to, they'll give him thoughts and prayers, but they're not going to give him any money. And probably by next Monday, he's still trying desperately to get that money. He doesn't do it. And Letitia James wastes no time starting to secure his property and seizing it. I still don't see him getting the money. It's possible, but I really don't see it. And it looks like his mental health just absolutely blows up because of that. In the next, probably the next 6 weeks or so. It could be longer, it could be shorter. Didn't really look on that one. He's going to have a medical event, and it's going to be there for everybody to see. We'll let out that breath. Okay. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for your thoughts and prayers. Thank you very much for your posts, your shares, your thumbs ups, everything you do to help feed the YouTube algorithm, and your thoughts and prayers so that this video makes it out to a wider audience. To folks just discovering this channel recently or for the first time, welcome to the channel. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.